Takadimi, ta-dee, taka-dee, ta-dimi, ta-dimi, taka. Me taka-dimi, taka-dimi, taka. Takadimi, ta-dimi, taka-dimi, ta-dee, taka-dimi, ta-dimi, taka-dimi, ta-dimi. Yo, kadimi, taka-dimi, taka-dimi, taka. Me taka-dimi, taka-dimi, taka. Me taka-dimi, 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 ta-dee. Takadimi, taka-dimi, taka-dimi, ta-dee. Hello, my favorite music students. It's me, Mr. Gessler, back at the Red Studio. I want to welcome any of you who are joining us for the first time. Today we're talking about subdivision, which is the next level down in our rhythms. We've worked with beat, we've worked with division, and today we're working with subdivision. But first, a word about Takadimi, this strange system that we've been using. Why Takadimi? It seems so, like, awkward. Ta, 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 dee, ta. It's like cringy, as some of you like to say. Well, Takadimi is actually just a counting system, and it was never meant to be performed. And it's actually just one of many counting systems. When you were younger, we would use ta and titi, and we probably never got to tika tika, but it's part of the same system. So let's say you're looking at a piece of music like this one, and we're going to count the rhythm. It would sound something like this. Ta, ti, ti, tika, tika, ta. Ta, ti, ti, ta. Shh. Some of you have used count singing. I know I've heard some of you do it. That's where you say the number of the beat and you divide the beat with the word and. And we won't talk about the subdivision so much, but you'll hear it in this same piece of music. 1, 2, and 3 and a 4. 1, 2, and 3. Then there's something called Gordon syllables, which kind of sounds funny the first time you hear it. It's about as awkward as Takadimi. It sounds like this. Do, de, do, ta, de, ta, do, de, do. Yeah, that one's fun when you get into compound because then you get to sing do, bobby, do, bobby. Do, bobby, do, bobby. All of these systems work as long as you use them correctly, and each one has a different advantage. It's kind of like different tools. It's just which one do you need for this job. I have a pretty standard ruler here. I've had this one for years, come to think of it. What was I, like 19 when I bought this? Anyway, it's 12 inches long, standard ruler, and it's marked 12 inches at the top, but it's also marked 30.5 centimeters. Well, which one is it? It's both. We're just using two different languages, two different systems to describe how long this ruler is. But at the end of the day, the ruler is this long. It's kind of like that when we choose Takadimi or Gordon or counting. Most of the time, you and I will be working with Takadimi. Okay, imagine it's 2014 and you are a young actor or actress in New York City. You get a call from Lin-Manuel Miranda's agent asking if you would like to be in the chorus of his new musical called Hamilton. How are you going to learn your part? You can't learn the songs by watching YouTube videos because in 2014 nobody had recorded any of these songs. You're going to be part of the original recording. Now, I don't know if Lin-Manuel Miranda is classically trained. I don't know if he writes music or not. He might have written them down on paper. He might have recorded them into his phone. He might have done it on his computer. But I bet you he's not going to send a bunch of voice messages to your phone so you can learn the part. He's going to send you a score. Yeah, not like a basketball score. A score is basically a script or a roadmap for music. It's pages and pages of notation and lyrics. How do you begin to learn your part? You begin with the rhythm, especially in rap and hip-hop music, which is all about rhythm. Even in other genres of music, the words and the pitches are super important, but you don't know where to put them unless you know the rhythm. Take this piece of music, for example. There's plenty of information on this page. Where do we begin? Well, I can see that it's written for a rock organ. I can see that we are in 4/4 time, so there are going to be 4 beats in each measure, and each beat will be as long as a quarter note. This is where we need our rhythm tools, and the tool we're using today is Takadimi. And this one is simple, you already know how to read it. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, ta. Shh. In case you're confused, there are 2 things going on at the same time. One is my steady beat, it doesn't change. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other is this rhythm that's written into the music. with ta and ta-dee. Sometimes one sound on a beat, sometimes two sounds on a beat. But the rhythm rides over top of the beat and interlocks with it. So now that we know the rhythm, we can add the pitches, and there are two sets of pitches here. So let's go with the top one first. We're going to use Mr. Mallarney's tool of the lines being the fingers on our hand, starting at the bottom. Every good boy does fine and cares. So we're looking for this top ledger line. Every good boy does fine and. So we have an A at the top. That's right here. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, back up to C, and then another C. But now I'm going to make it line up with the rhythm that we just said. So our rhythm is here. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, ta. Shh. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, C, C. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, ta. What makes this tricky is that we're thinking about the rhythm and we're adding pitches to it. Here's the second voice. It's at our top line, so we're going to think every good boy does fine. This second voice begins with an F. I'm going to read the notes as we go down. F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, E. Different notes, but the rhythm is exactly the same. So these are going to sound at the same time. So first, let's apply our rhythm to these notes. Starting on F. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, ta. F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, E. So now we're going to play both sets of notes simultaneously while thinking of this rhythm. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, dee, ta, ta, ta. Shh. So now I need to play it up to tempo. Got my metronome here, plugged into my headphones.
It's gonna be bad, guys. Cause life like, this is what your life's like, trying to live your life right. People really know you pushing buttons type right. This is the movie, but it's really very lifelike. Every single night, right? Every single fight, right? I was looking at the gram and I don't even like likes. I was screaming at my dad, he told me ain't that Christ-like. I was screaming at the referee, just like Mike, looking for a bright light, singing, what?